I'm here with Scott Waselik. He's the patient who was stabbed and went to the police for help as a person who was stabbed, and he's a medical marijuana patient, and the police arrested him for medical marijuana. So, can you explain what happened to you?
Yes, essentially that day I had an intruder come in my house, and I was stabbed in the house and whatnot. I was bleeding out, and my lung was deflated. My life was depending on getting to the hospital. So in a rather obscure measure for myself, I went to the police and I told them everything. They arrested the guy who stabbed me, and it was a big ordeal. After I got out of the hospital, about a week later, with my lung reflated and everything, the cops charged me with paraphernalia and possession. I let them know I was a card holder at that point, and they're still pressing charges. It's under 50 grams of marijuana, and it was all legal paraphernalia based under the New Jersey law. And the New Jersey Sparta Municipal Court specifically aren't following the Attorney General guidelines for enforcement of the program. So it's a fight. We're going to see where it goes.
Was the cannabis bought in a dispensary, or?
The cannabis actually was brought into the house by the person who I was stabbed by. We weren't even aware of marijuana, in all honesty, we weren't even aware of marijuana in the house. But regardless if it was mine or not, you know, it's...
well, the paraphernalia charge, clearly, you should be able to beat that.
That's the way it seems. I mean, it's really caused the court like quite a bit of confusion because they don't even know anything about the program. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. I'm trying to get it dismissed ultimately, but as of now, I'm still having charges.
It should be dismissed. I went to Sparta that day, and I talked to the sergeant, and he told me that they wouldn't arrest a medical marijuana patient unless they found scales and a bunch of baggies in the house.
It's one thing if you're a medical marijuana patient and you're purchasing and you've got everything to show that you legally are able to have it and smoke it.
Right.
But then again, it depends. You know, if you get somebody that you've got all 100 Ziploc bags and you got a scale and you got this and you got that, well, maybe now you're not just smoking it, maybe you're dealing it. So it changes things.
But most people have that.
Well, true, most people would have that, and the fact is, I think they weren't aware I was a medical marijuana patient until you had spoken to them. So when I got my charges formally, they were municipal court charges. There were no dispensing charges or anything like that, but I was still charged with the scale and the baggies as paraphernalia.
You were charged with the scale and the baggies?
Yeah, as paraphernalia.
Wow.
Yeah. So my real fight, if I were to win in court and get dismissed, I would make sure that I get all my pipes back. They took like 35 bongs and pipes, and yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
So expensive.
Yeah. Thousands of dollars a glass were taken. So they thought they were going to have a field day because they didn't. I was in the hospital, so I didn't receive a warrant in the hospital that somebody's going to my house. Essentially, you know, they just went in there, did no crime scene evidence of the stabbing. They stomped all over, all the blood stains and everything, and just were worried about my pipes, you know. And that seems to be the state of how they're enforcing the policy right now in New Jersey. But here we are in Woodbridge, so it's a brighter day.
It is a good day. It is a good day. So it's scary that the police were more concerned about a medical marijuana patient having medical marijuana than the patient being stabbed.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. My lawyer says my best route would be to sue the police department, but I'm out of so much money now trying to protect myself. You know, it would be a whole nother ball game. So
yeah.
But my biggest hope is to get it dismissed and to get my pipes back. You know, at least make a statement for the program. We'll see how it goes.
You should. You should. Good luck, man.
Thank you. It's good to talk to you. I'm gonna get my medicine.
Good for you.
Let's say we get a call to your apartment because the neighbor says, I smell pot. Somebody's smoking pot. And let's say we get a call and we go over there and we knock on your door. Well, obviously, you've got the identification to show that, no, I'm a medical marijuana patient. This is my personal, my personal use, and you're not going to get arrested.
Since I got arrested, the officers are just doing like a spray and pray technique. The guy who ended up saving my life, I was told by the EMTs that if I didn't get down to the police station as soon as I did, I would have died because my lung was deflated. But yeah, it was that serious. Trust me, I would never go to them again unless my house was burning down until it was done burning. But the guy that drove me down to the police station and brought me in, and he made a statement, and did everything in his power to show that, you know, I was attacked and stabbed and whatnot, they're also trying to throw the marijuana charges on him for my legal pipes. Which, if you were to dig into the CUMMA laws, it does actually say that you do not do an arrest first and figure it out in court policy later. And I really think the biggest thing that police in the state need to realize is that it's no longer probable cause to have marijuana smell in your car. You can't just get searched because of that. They have to go through the CUMMA authority to guarantee you're a card holder or not. And I think it's going to be a long time before that catches on, but I find that to be one of the biggest problems right now too. You know, patients are going to still keep getting arrested. It'll be the new East Coast thing. Our dispensaries won't get raided, but our patients will get arrested, you know. That's how I see it.
It's the low-hanging fruit.
We have guys that are DREs.
Right.
They actually have been trained as drug recognition experts.
Right.
And they do a series of tests, almost like balance tests that you would do for a DWI. You do the same test, but they have Romulus test, and there's stuff that actually blood pressure. You know, they can.
Oh, they can do that on the side of the road, really?
They can do all that stuff, and they can actually make a determination whether or not somebody's operating under the influence. But if you keep your paperwork in order and you follow the guidelines and basically, you know,
very strict.
Yeah, smoking your residence. And,
right.
You know, I think you'll be fine.
I'm the hell gonna nail you!